All right. Tell Business Sports and Entertainment. Got a special guest for you. We got professional boxer Amari Jones. How you doing today, Amari?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, man. Thanks for having me down here. So, tell us how you got started in boxing.
I got started when I was about I think about like 9, 10 years old. My godfather put me in boxing. My godbrother was already boxing for about a year before me, and when I was younger, I had a little anger issues, was fighting a lot, and he was like, just come to the gym, so he put me in boxing. I was a natural athlete.
Oh, all right. So, what weight class you fight at?
154, super welterweight.
Oh, okay. So, how tall are you?
I'm about 6 foot, 6'1".
Oh, okay. Yeah, so do you plan on moving up? How long do you feel like you'll be able to fight at 154?
I'll be here for a while. I guess we get a world title, money world titles, undisputed. And move up. If I can't make the weight no more, I accomplish everything I want to accomplish at that weight class.
So who currently is your favorite fighters?
My favorite fighters right now, Devin Haney, Canelo. Can't really think on top of my head, but them probably my top 2 right now.
All right. So who do you think right now, based off your opinion, who you think right now is the best fighter on the planet? Do you think it's Canelo? Do you think it's Spence? Do you think it's Crawford?
Best fighter on the planet. I don't want to be biased with this one, but by stats and by what he's been doing, you gotta say Canelo right now.
Okay. Yeah, Canelo has a big fight coming up in November versus Caleb Plant for undisputed.
Yeah.
How you see that fight going? What do you think the end results will be?
I can see Caleb outboxing. He fought Billy Joe Saunders, and Billy Joe was outboxing him pretty good. He got hit with some hard punches, and he started feeling Canelo's power towards the end of the fight, to where he got stopped. But I feel Caleb can outbox him and stay away from Canelo's power. Then he can pull the fight off.
Okay. So are you a southpaw or you orthodox?
I'm orthodox, but I can do a little bit of both.
Who do you think your style resembles the most? If you wanted to critique your style, who would you say you look like in the ring?
I get a lot of Tommy Hearns.
Whoa.
Yeah, I get a lot of Tommy Hearns. Some people might say Aero Spence. It all depends on how I'm feeling that day. I got many different styles. I got a lot of different weapons in the arsenal. So, just how I'm feeling and what's in front of me.
So where do you feel most comfortable fighting? Do you feel like fighting outside the pocket or fighting inside the pocket?
Well, I got long arms, so I'd rather stay outside and use my jab. But if it get taken there, I definitely can compete inside and bang and do all that.
Okay. So like I said, who was like some of your inspirations? Like who you grew up watching and everything. So.
I grew up watching, Floyd. I want to say Floyd. I watched a lot of Ike Cortez. I like Johnny Tapia. I just like Johnny Tapia a lot. Who else? Pretty much a lot of the great shit. Ray Leonard. All them guys. Tommy Hearns.
And how old are you again?
19.
And you know about those are what you call throwback fighters. A lot of times when you mention those type of fighters, it's just like music. And when you mention, some of the all-time greats, people are like, who? And I'm pretty impressed that you know who Ike Cortez and, Johnny Tapia, those were gritty, tough, blue-collar fighters, man.
Definitely.
So do you watch a lot of, throwback footage?
Yeah, from time to time. I watch a lot of the new style too, and I watch a lot of the old. I try to mix it up. I would say right now I probably watch more of the new style and see what's going on in the new era.
I want to ask you something. You're the new generation. You're the next generation. Do you like the current politics that you see going on in boxing? It's just like, I come from a different era. I just come from a time where it was easier to get fights made, but now it seems like it's a lot of, politics going on. I want to ask you, is it really that difficult, you being a professional fighter, to get fights made? Is it that difficult? Because I want to hear from a professional boxer.
I would say right now I think the promoters and stuff are the ones that's kind of like getting more greedy with it, because sometimes it tend to be like it might seem like it's the boxers that's not agreeing on the stuff, but you know, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But most of the time, I would say it'd be the promoters, or it might be just one side of the bout, like, you know. So it just all depends on who it is, you know, how they feel like they're worth. I don't know. I can't really tell you. I'm not up there yet, but you know, I see it happening sometimes. So.
I wanted to ask you a quick question. Did you get a chance to look at Pacquiao versus Ugas?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to get your take on that fight because I wanted to hear from you. Like, could you break down that fight? What did you see happen in that fight, and what do you think of Manny Pacquiao? Do you think he should keep going or let it go?
I think Pacquiao should retire. Is he too old? I feel, you know, people say he can still get money fights and stuff like that, but you know, it ain't too much left for him to do. You know, he fight a Spence or he fight a Crawford, he gonna get hurt bad. You know, you see what Ugas did to him. You know, just outboxing with a jab, you know, and just picking him apart, hitting him with hard shots. So I feel Pacquiao should just retire, and that'd be best for him. He's a politician. He's done a lot in the sport. He's, you know, definitely a Hall of Famer and definitely one of the all-time greats. So I feel Pacquiao should just retire.
So you think at 42 it's really like nothing left in the tank? Do you see him possibly, if he continues to fight, having a Muhammad Ali like moment where Muhammad Ali looked terrible in his last two fights versus Larry Holmes and Trevor Berbick?
Yeah, definitely. He definitely would get hurt if he continued to fight, because it's like he's supposed to fight Spence, which was a big name, and you know, all that. So it's like after that, it's like where do you go? Is you go back down? Then it's like you go back down to nothing. Like, so there's really no point. You know, he say he's built on his legacy, but if he go down after Spence, ain't nothing to put on to his legacy after that. He already fought the best of the best, and a lot of weight classes. So it's not too much he can do.
Okay, so Amari, I want to ask you before we wrap this up, what's your overall goal as a professional fighter? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
You know, definitely a world champion in the next 5 years. I see myself world champion, moving up, being world champion in multiple different weight classes, and just honestly, I'm just gonna let it take me where it takes me. You know, I don't want to set a limit on anything, so the sky's the limit with this.
All right, Amari, appreciate you coming on here. So tell all the fans how to reach you, how to get in contact with you, plug all your social media sites.
You know, follow me on Instagram at Prince Amari, Prince with a 1, Amari, and yeah, just tune in. You're gonna see me on somebody TV somewhere someday.
All right, so there you have it. All right, thanks, Amari. Appreciate it.